Alright, what's up everybody? Today we're gonna go over a completely different video, and today I'm gonna go over the top 3 weapons to farm with in Monster Hunter Rise. What I mean by that is the best weapons to go in and get the gear that you need, the pieces, materials that you need from the hunts, the most efficient weapons to use to do that, the easiest weapons to use to do that. So before we get into this, I do have a giveaway going on. If you check the description, there's a link that shows you a video that gives you the instructions on how to enter the giveaway for a copy of Monster Hunter Stories 2. It does come out around the corner, so if you are interested in that, go ahead and check that out. Alright, so when it comes to the top 3 weapons here for hunting, the criteria for this is obviously going to be a weapon that has good damage. It's going to be a weapon that utilizes elementals effects, and also a weapon that is easy to use. Something that's not really challenging when you go into a fight and you have to do a lot to get your damage done. So for the number 3 weapon, and this is probably a little unexpected, but I feel like, you know, this is definitely something I would use for farming, would be dual blades, of course. So I'm gonna go into the exact reason why right now. So obviously dual blades is the only weapon that allows you to get both elements on one weapon. So you can have multiple elements in the same weapon, which does help you out a lot, because when it comes to hunts, having that elemental effect on the monster does amp your damage up a lot, and it does help you get those hunts done quicker. You always need to make sure you utilize all your elemental effects when you go into your hunt. So these are my Rampage dual blades. They do have to be Rampage for the dual blades. Other dual blades, you know, they're just regular. You will get an element, but you won't necessarily always have 2 elements on your dual blades, which Rampage always allows you to have. So you can switch between whatever you need, and I think it's always nice to be looking at your hunter notes, and always go to your large monsters to see, you know, what they're affected by. And this is basically what I'm doing this off of. This is my guide for this video. As you can see what affects these monsters the most, and this is what you really want to be looking for when you're, you know, farming for your hunts. So like obviously if I have dual blades, I can get blast and thunder blight on my weapon and take full advantage of that. And also dual blades are really easy to use. You know, you go into feral demon mode and you just slash up. It's that simple. Maybe put some evade extender on your build and you're not getting hit most of the time, so perfect for that. All right everybody, so for the number 2 weapon that is the best for farming in Monster Hunter Rise at the moment, I believe it is the Rampage bow. Now the Rampage bow is super strong. You have crazy damage, you know, and you're not getting touched much. And with the Rampage bow, obviously you can switch up those elements to whatever you want and use your coatings, and you can utilize any elemental effect damage that you need, just like you can with the Rampage dual blades. So obviously you see here on my bow, I do have an exhaust coating on because this does give me extra 10 attack, but obviously you can put, you know, poison, paralysis, sleep coating, exhaust, blast coating, and that also does help when you can put the element itself as, you know, thunder, as I have here, fire, water, ice, and it really helps you out to have those 2 different element effects. It really utilizes all your damage when you're going into a hunt. And also the bow is just super easy to use. You know, you just slide, shoot, slide, shoot, 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 slide, you know. And the bow also does crazy damage. So the bow is definitely the number 2 spot when it comes to hunting monsters. It's super effective. You're always going to be critting with the bow when you have weakness exploit, especially if you're using critical element. That's another tip with bows. For elemental bows, critical element makes it hit so much harder, and it's ridiculous how much harder it makes it hit. So definitely a top 2 weapon there for farming. All right everybody, and for the number 1 farming weapon in the game, this is actually no surprise at all. I'm sure you all know this. Of course, it is either the light bowgun or the heavy bowgun. And what's different about this one, I know the criteria say, you know, something that utilizes elemental damage, doesn't fit that criteria. But of course we know that sticky ammo and slicing ammo is just overpowered. It's just top tier in the game right now. that sticky ammo is just going to easily knock down your targets. So as you see on my weapon here, I do have sticky ammo 1, 2, and 3, and having this is insane. Now this is a heavy bow gun, so also does have the Wyvern ammo, and that does crazy damage too. So the Wyvern fire with heavy bow guns, and then slicing ammo with the light bow guns, and you mix that in with your sticky ammo, and the damage is crazy. You're knocking out the monster within the first couple minutes of the hunt, and you're already slicing them up, or hit them with Wyvern fire. So the heavy bow gun and the light bow gun are definitely top tier weapons for hunting, and I'm sure people should have known that was number one, but I do prefer the bow out of these three options. That's just my favorite weapon to use. I think you get higher damage and it's more satisfying to really just play. um but that's just my opinion. So yeah, that's my opinion on the top three weapons to farm with, to hunt. I'm sure some people will probably agree with me, some people will probably think something else. Go ahead and leave a comment in the description and tell me what you think is the top weapons to farm with, and then go ahead and hit that like button if you did like this video, and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content, because I will be dropping a lot of videos throughout the week. So go ahead and run that up.